Have you been following the if you build it, they will come mentality, methodology to grow your business? In this video, I'm going to talk about real world, on the ground input that I'm having with clients and people in my audience, followers, friends, and fans who are really wanting to finally break through and get their business going, and they haven't been able to do it yet, or they aren't getting the results that they want. If you're not getting the results that you want from the investments that you're making in your business, from all the visibility actions that you're taking, and all the ways that you're creating an amazing transformation or impact for your potential clients, this video is for you. We're going to talk about, we have been finalizing enrollment for our Fearless Facebook Live formula. So I've been able to talk to dozens and dozens of people who are struggling with what to do next to finally get the results that they want, or they're feeling a little tentative or uncertain and feeling like you've done everything you can possibly. You're doing all the things and you're not getting the results. So I decided to take those conversations that we've been having with some amazing, gifted, and wonderful experts, healers, entrepreneurs, as we've been finalizing enrollment for the Fearless Facebook Live formula. And I wanted to do this quick live. We always do our Give Voice to Your Vision on Thursdays. And so I wanted to hop in and do this impromptu training amidst the calls that we're having with amazing people, to share 3 of these tricky truths that people aren't leading with. You may be getting the some of the hype, or some of the, you got to do this, you got to do podcasts, you got to do Clubhouse, you got to have funnels, you got to do webinars, all of these. There's a well-meaning advice. We're inspired by other people's marketing, telling us that's the thing that we need to do. And so I wanted to do this quick training to cover these 3 tricky truths that are going to help you to make the best decision, and also to frame up the investments that you've made so far, all of the time, energy, commitment, dedication you've done to hone your craft, grow your business, reach and serve many. All of it can come together, and it is all already done. And we're going to step into that as I share these 3 tricky truths. We're going to keep it quick today. So the first tricky truth that you must know is that complicated technology is not the solution, especially if you're not at your 6-figure mark yet, or you're trying to get that consistent income coming. Complicated technology is not the solution, despite all the awesome things you can do with one little ad funnel, or having a website, or doing your automated webinars, all of the things that do help you grow and sustain a thriving business. However, if you're still working for those first consistent 6 figures, or consistent revenue, you're trying to get something off the ground. So many people have come onto the online space with all that's going on in the world and realized that it is completely and totally doable for you to have clients, serve, create an impact, grow a business online. And we think we need complicated technology. We think we have to have the automated funnel, pay for expensive ads. We have a lot of stories that we are perpetrated, nobody's perpetrating you, but perpetuated is the word I'm looking for, that you have to do this in order to grow this business. And here is the truth. If you are a service provider, if you're a coach, an expert, a healer, you want to grow a speaking business, you want to grow a coaching business, you want to grow a healing business, you want to share your message and serve the world and generate revenue so that you can continue to thrive and serve the world, right? The more revenue, the more successful your business, the more impact you can create. So you do not need complicated technology to do that. You can actually have real conversations with real people in real time and be able to grow and enroll the clients that you want. My first mentor here in the online marketing space told us, and a group of us together in an event, all you need as a coach, all you need to make money is a phone and a way to take a payment. And that is completely true. And of course, then you need some clarity around what it is you're offering and some languaging on how do you do it and some people to talk to. But that is so very doable in today's highly, highly digital virtual world. So the first tricky truth is that complicated technology isn't a solution. If you have vulnerability around being highly visible, it could even be a procrastination trap, because it's a little bit more safe and comfortable and cozy to be behind the scenes working on your back end, working on your web pages, working on your inside stuff, and not stepping forward to be the voice and the face of your brand. Stepping forward to claim your platform, create your platform, and share your message is the most powerful tool you have to grow an audience and attract and enroll clients. And all you need is a Facebook page or a YouTube channel and an offer and a way to start that conversation and to get good at having it, to invite people to come toward you and work with you. So that's the first tricky truth. Complicated technology isn't a solution. The second tricky truth is that your course, your program, your website, your brand, your logo, your infrastructure doesn't have to come first. Having those direct enrollment conversations, crafting your offer, developing the courage and some online presence, some online visibility so that you can share your message, knowing how to share your message, talk about it in a way that people come toward you, and being willing to follow up with those people and say, hey, do you have any questions? How can I serve you? And knowing how to do that piece of it is all you need to have in order to attract and enroll more clients more often. The rest of it comes through those conversations. And there are tools and strategies that we share in our Visibility Success Accelerator, in our Fearless Facebook Live formula to help you do that. But you do not need to have, we don't want to put the cart before the horse. Best practice is to offer that course, bring people through it before you creating it. Your website can evolve with you too. You really can start with some consistent visibility implementation that leads to making offers and invitations. And almost knocked my mouse down. And then the third tricky truth that you may not want to hear is that your main job is marketing, sales, and enrollment. You've honed your craft, you've had your experiences, you've decided to grow your business, you're ready to reach and serve people. So your main job, 80% of your time, energy, and focus in order to grow a business wants to be marketing, which is the same thing as doing the work you love when you know how to take your message and your calling and line it up with your audience. All right. It can feel as good as doing the work you love to do. There's so many of us like, I don't want to do marketing. We want to bridge that gap. We want to find a way for you to fall in love with it so that it feels as good as doing the work you love, which is what I focus on all our trainings over here, because it's your main job. Your marketing is going to reach and touch and serve more people than will ever work with you. And it can be uplifting and empowering and inspiring. We also you want to learn how to lead people to working with you and hiring you, right? Visibility for visibility's sake is exhausting and frustrating. So your main job, however, is marketing, sales, and enrollment. That's what is required to grow and sustain your business. And having support doing that is the smartest investment that you can make. Right? Before you spend a lot of money on building ad funnels, before you spend a lot of money on creating digital home study courses, before you spend a lot of money redesigning your website and your logo and your brand colors, those things will come. They're awesome. They're important. However, they are not the foundation of your consistent sales and enrollment. And so many people have invested in a lot of different ways, but not gotten the results that they wanted. And that doesn't mean that your investments aren't valuable, that it doesn't mean that your investments won't pay off. So to close today's call, I just want to say what I see working with all the people that I'm able to reach and serve and the high-level colleagues that I have who are reaching and serving people to grow their business, especially using tools of visibility online. And it is that consistency of implementation. So that is why we build virtual, in real time implementation into our courses. because getting lost in a course that has hundreds of people in it and trying to even be brave enough to say, hey, I have this question, navigating all of that stuff can be overwhelming. So if you're looking for what's going to make it finally work for you, what's going to make it finally come together for you, what's going to help all those investments that you've made pay off, first of all, trust yourself, trust your intuition, your guides, your fate, that those will pay off and can pay off. Nothing's wasted. And then you want to find a community, a mentor, a vehicle, a container for you to implement what's working, what isn't, what's working, how can I tweak it, how can I do it again, how do I keep going, what do I say next, what am I offering, how do I get clear on that offer, how do I create marketing that's adding value, that's inspiring, that's engaging, and also leading people to say, hey, I want to talk to you. Hey, when do I make an offer? If I'm using live stream, for example, how do I lead people to it? I don't want to be salesy and spammy. How do I create a high ticket offer? I wish I didn't have to market. I just want to do the work I love. So that's why we want to help your marketing and your messaging and your visibility, whether you're writing blogs, doing emails, going live. We want it to feel as good as doing the work that you do. And I've seen again and again that what is challenging for people is having a container, a place to come and implement, get the support you need to actually implement, having real feedback and support and inspiration from others who are also implementing at the same time. That is why we build high-level implementation support into our courses so you actually can do it, get your questions answered, figure out all the other stuff that's slowing you down, and stay in inspired right action. And that's where it gets tricky. So the last thing I'll share with you today is that 96.8% of your business growth journey is in here. Learning how to give yourself unfiltered permission to exist, to shine, to serve, to step up, to lead, to be audaciously stepping into your own thought leadership, to playing big, to being triple dog dare takers, to really stepping in to own the full power of who you are as a human being. One person who's tapped in, tuned in, inspired, following their heart, doing the courageous work of finding the words, sharing your message, building a business, creating that impact, having that sustainable revenue that lets you create more impact. 98% is you being courageous. One person who's that courageous, that committed, that clear, and willing to do the stuff, willing to invest again, willing to try something new, willing to co-create, willing to be visible, willing to make offers. One person, each of you who are ready, willing, and able to do that, transform the world just by being in it. Just by being in it. And so I wanted to hop in here and share these three tricky truths that have become so clear. And I've been hearing so many people who have been struggling with these things, trying to get their business going or growing online or being consistent with their visibility. The first tricky truth we covered was that complicated technology is not the solution. You can have a multiple six, even seven-figure business with really simple technology solutions. Complicated technology can be a distraction, and it can also be a little trap, a little hidey hole for those of us who feel vulnerable around being leaders, being visible, making offers, claiming our message as unique and potent and powerful, claiming our desire to make great money, building a business that's helping and serving people. All right. So complicated technology isn't the solution, and it can actually be a little hidey hole for those of us who feel vulnerable around being visible or making offers or having enrollment conversations, etc. The second that we covered in this training is that you're developing your course, crafting your program, building your website, designing your brand, your logo. All of that stuff doesn't come first. You want to make invitations. You want to talk to people. You want to gather their language. You want to craft and create your offers. You want to make those offers, bring people to working with you. And then those other things will be so much more clear. The other investments will be so much more powerful and effective because you've done the work, you've sold the invitation, you've gotten the clarity from really working with people. And then you can craft and create things that are amazingly even more transformational, even more potent. And you also know that people will invest in them. And that makes everything else you do more effective. And then the third tricky truth we covered today is transformation business, coaching business, healing business, expert driven speaking business. That thing you're called to do as a business means that 80% of your time is spent on your marketing, messaging, sales, and enrollment. So you want to make that fun. You want to make it easy to show up and play. You want to find your voice so you can give voice to your vision. And you want to share your message in a way that's leading people to invest in themselves, in the results you can help them to get, and hire you. And that's the thing that we want to focus on that's going to actually help you get results from all the other investments that you made. So you may need more mentorship. You may need a more intimate hands-on support group. You may need to see other people and be in a community with other people who are taking the actions and sharing what's working and supporting each other. Rising tide, raising all boats. So that's what I wanted to hop in and share. Once again, these tricky truths are that complicated technology isn't the answer, and it can actually be a little cozy hidey hole for those of us who feel vulnerable around being visible. It's great, but it doesn't need to come first. And your course, program, website, brand, the big picture, the glossy, here's my business in a big Tiffany box with a bow, doesn't come first, doesn't need to come first. It's going to evolve and grow as you have consistent sales and enrollment. And the third tricky truth is that your main job is marketing, sales, and enrollment. So if you want every investment that you've made to really pay off and be at the tip of your tongue and working in your energy field without you even having to think about it, you want to fall in love with sharing your message, reaching and serving people, being highly visible so that you can welcome and enthusiastically engage people in fulfilling, transformational sales conversations and have them sign up. So if you want to talk to me about how we can help you do that, you can just send me an email. You can also private message me if you're on Facebook watching right now. If you're in the Power Up Your Presence group, we are still talking with people and finalizing enrollment for the Fearless Facebook Live formula because we've had lots of people that needed to schedule and get clear. And we have another opportunity coming up to support you even more comprehensively. So if you're struggling, not struggling, what are you? If you've been there, you're not sure, you're not clear, you're not seeing the results from the investments that you've made, reach out and we will, me or the team or I will hop on a quick call and just help you get clear. No strings. And the way to reach out to me is michelle@michellecopper.com. And we're happy to help you get clear on which one of these things may be derailing you and what your next steps might be. All right. Give voice to your vision. You got to step up and be who you are and find a way to line up with that and your audience. Your message is needed. The work you're called to do is meant to be. It's already happening. And 96.8% of the business growth and evolution is mindset shift, an energetic shift, willing to receive, willing to invest and overinvest and believe in yourself again and again, having a mirroring community that can hold and see you in your greatness, even when you can't, a place to share your wins and your celebrations and your avalanche of success as much as your challenges and strategies and all of those things. That's what I see working. We need that. It's a reasonable expectation and the way to soar. So if we can help you, let's set up a quick call. Have a great weekend.